So today's story is not just about a woman, but about a movement. It's about grit, grace, and greatness. It's a story of resilience. It's a story of inspiration. It's a story of elegance and beauty. It's a story of pride, strength, heritage, legacy, and above all, it's a story of fierce commitment to justice and service. And today we'll be talking about no one else but Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Who is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan? Natasha Hadiza Akpoti was born on the 9th of December 1979 on a Sunday at the Maternity Hospital Ilori, Kwara State, that is today known as the University of Ilori Teaching Hospital. Natasha is the second of four children and the only daughter of a Nigerian father and a Ukraine mother. Her father, Dr. Jimo Abdul Akmuti, met his Ukraine wife at the Bomlet Medical University, Ukraine. Natasha learned her philanthropy and empathy for humanity from simply watching her father treat the poor for free. She saw her father pay tuition fee for thousands of children. She saw him support hundreds of local farmers and traders with businesses and so many other things she saw her father do. Turning to Natasha, she said, and I will read, "My father came home one day looking pale and faint after donating 2 pints of blood to a patient who couldn't afford any. That moment defined my belief that helping the poor should hurt, and that formed my rhetorical rationale on becoming a social entrepreneur." Senator Natasha attended Christ the King Primary School, Okene, as a social prefect. She was the head girl all through her secondary school. Senator Natasha also earned her LLB from the University of Abuja, and she was called to bar in 2005. And afterwards, she went to complete an LLM and MBA in oil and gas management at the University of Dundee. She is the founder of Builders Hub Impact Investment Program. According to her, it's to support community-driven development. Senator Natasha rose to national prominence in 2018 with her fearless expose to corruption at the Ajaokuta steel mill. This move earned her the nickname Queen of Steel, and as well as a presidential accolade from the Nigeria engineers. After a hard-fought campaign and legal battles, she secured her seat via the Court of Appeal in October 2023. Natasha today is the very first elected female senator from Kogi State, representing Kogi Central since November 2023. In December 2023, she was named Politician of the Year by Leadership Excellence Award, hailed as proving Amazon in political circles. Senator Natasha is married to her husband, Chief Emmanuel Orise Jolomi Uduaghan, and today she's a proud mother of four children. Now, please grab your drink because the main story is about to get started. And if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, quickly do so by hitting the subscribe button now. And also like this video. There's something you guys don't really know about Senator Natasha Akpoti. She's not just a politician, a lawyer, or a beauty queen. Senator Natasha is a symbol of strength. She's a woman who stood up against oppression and she stands tall in the face of power. I believe you're all aware of the sexual harassment allegation she brought against the Nigerian Senate President Godswill Akpabio and the backlash she faced. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to give you a little summary of how it all started and then share parenting lesson and most importantly, talk about a burning question a parent asked me concerning this whole drama. The truth is, the entire saga didn't just start with sexual harassment allegation. No. Instead, the first trigger was a decision by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio to reassign a seat to Senator Natasha within the Senate chambers. For Senator Natasha, this move did not sit well with her at all. According to her, she saw it as an attempt to undermine her authority in the Senate. So instead, she reportedly reacted angrily and verbally confronted the Senate leadership.
Ever since the 19th of President, you have deliberately silenced my voice.
leading to what some described as disrespectful exchange with the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Now, this is where things got heated. The exchange led to disciplinary proceedings against her, and it was in the midst of this growing tension that she filed a sexual harassment petition against the Senate President Godswill Akpabio.
Order 10 on privileges. Order 10 on privileges.
Distinguished senatorNatasha.
Any senator may rise at any time to speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising, and he shall be prepared to move without notice. A motion declaring that the content of breach of privilege has been
allows suspension immediately.
At some point, I couldn't believe everything that was just transparent anymore. Oh my God. The thing that baffled me most is that women were the ones mostly used to counter her. And it got me wondering, is it that these women were jealous that they were not the victim, or what?
And when people make such allegations, and even when you look at her countenance, and if you had your lie detector and you have put it on her, it would have told you the truth. So maybe what people should start having is a lie detector. So when somebody starts lying, all you need to do is, please, ma, can I put this on you? If NBC will allow you.
On this matter, I am not with Akpabio. You understand? Number one, it is the worst sign of weakness on a woman's part. You understand? For you to come out and accuse a man or accuse a man of making passes at you at that level.
You said something just now that I was taken aback, ma. You said it is you feel disappointed that Natasha came out to air her point. So is it that when a woman is sexually harassed, as she claims, she should keep quiet? Misogyny should continue?
No, I don't.
That women should not speak up? Nobody should talk because she has won election, she's in Senate now.
You have passed that. But by the time you contest election and get to Senate, you understand? Yeah. You have passed that. You know, you have passed that stage of your life of being sexually harassed.
Really?
So yes, by the time
there was never a time the Senate President touched Natasha. There was never a time the Senate President told Natasha, oh, you like my house, I will come back here to have a good time. That never happened. And Senator Natasha knows that very well. So it is disheartening and unbelievable for a senator of the Federal Republic to act of mere provocation simply because you were given a new seat and probably a committee was changed to get up to lay a false allegation against a man that is old enough to be your father. Up till now, I'm still in shock because it's unbelievable.
All right, Mr. Women.
Guys, what do you think about this at this point? Where women are the ones that are mostly against her? Please put your thoughts down in the comment section. I really don't understand how people, or women especially, will be attacking another woman for speaking her truth that you didn't witness. You were not there. You didn't see it. You didn't know when it happened. You were not there.
We are telling her not to disrespect our son again. Yes. He's so important to us. Yes. He's a precious son. Yes. Yes. He's a goal that should stop insulting our son. The women said that should be the first and the last for her harassing our son in a way which is not good. And the women of Akwa Ibom said, we don't want that anymore.
And it was as if everyone was just against her, everyone was speaking up against her, people were condemning her actions.
Has not, in my opinion, made any sexual remarks to any of the female senators. And I don't think that any of the female senators have also complained about sexual harassment against him or anybody. We joke a lot in the Senate. I must let you know that.
You know, even people that you least expect, they were just, you're not supposed to do it, keep quiet, you're a woman, blah, 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 and all that. It was no longer a case of women supporting women, but it was the other way around, women against women. And they said all manner of things to her, including the suspension she faced, the oppression, and so many other things she faced.
What was at issue, which Nigerians were being diverted from, was the issue of breaking the rules when the decision was taken by the presiding officer of the Senate, as enshrined by the rules of the Senate, that a seat should be changed, and it became so excessively dramatized by a drama queen who has made it a point of duty to embarrass the entire institution of the legislature. And let Nigerians know that if you remove the legislation, there is no democracy. So to desecrate it also is not just an aberration, it is also an abomination. And I think that the Senate took a right decision, acquitted itself by swiftly taking action to ensure that democracy is sustained by the institution that forms the fulcrum and pivot upon which all democracies devolve and revolve on earth. Therefore, today's fair hearing or no fair hearing was sufficiently demonstrated by your live coverage of the incident and of the sitting of the Senate, and the unanimous decision that no dissenting voice ever took place. Even those who dissented were only amending not to carry along others who are not affected. For example, the intervention by Senator Ojus Okalu that the 8th should not be affected by the sanctions was in order. It shows the maturity of the Senate that it was not just being punitive, it was only being corrective, and that the 6 months was indeed a very mild way to deal with the situation. And let me add that the women folk and indeed public officers may have in future to be subjected to a mental stability test in order that you qualify to be a governor, a councillor, or a senator. Otherwise, you are going to get this anti-market, especially at a time when we are asking for gender inclusion and gender equality. We are at this point facing this situation in which a gender issue is being trivialized and demonized and over-dramatized on the floor of the highest legislative house in this country, the largest black nation on earth, and the largest black democracy in the world.
And it was in the heat of all of this that a parent sent me this question that I will read out to you. And it says, as parents, watching Senator Natasha Akpabio face intense backlash, public attacks, suspensions, and humiliations for speaking out about her sexual allegation harassment against the Senate President Godswill Akpabio has left me deeply troubled. What's even more painful is how many people who were not there, who didn't witness it, have confidently condemned and dismissed her. Women especially. This situation raises a painful but important question for me, and that is, should we still teach our children to speak up? Should we teach them to tell their truth? Should we teach them to stand up for the truth? Or should we still teach them to act as eyewitnesses when they see wrongdoing? We read stories of children who bravely spoke out. They were praised as heroes, and some even received awards, but only for it to backfire horribly, and sometimes even costing them their lives. Maybe is this price of truth telling too high in the world that often punishes the brave and protects the powerful? Where do we as parents draw the line between raising courageous children and protecting them from harm? I look forward to your response. Thank you so much, my able parenting experts. She said, wow, this question is really, really deep. But I would say for Senator Natasha, she's an adult, and also she knows what she has. She knows that she can protect herself as an adult. And before she spoke out, she would have weighed her options. She knows her husband can protect her. And also, I believe she will have people who will still stand up for her. And as well as she appealing to the public, And to be honest, so many public members are standing up so strong with her. And perhaps, who knows, if she didn't have any of this, maybe she will not speak up, maybe she'll just let it just die down, forget about it. But for a child, it is a different ballgame entirely. If a child speaks up, it is your responsibility as a parent to protect your child. Reason demands you to not leave your child in that community, even if your child was recognized or awarded. The very first thing you must do as a parent is to take your child away from that environment completely. Because the truth is, as human, we all have emotions and we have this ego. And many a times, we don't like to be challenged. So, say this person your child has spoken against is in power, or let's even say they are not in power, they may still come at your child, and it doesn't matter how long it will take them. So, it's important for you as a parent to protect your child. Also, I believe that your child, before speaking up, would have discussed it with you or would have told you about it. So, I would advise that you use wisdom to guide your child accordingly. Because if your child speaks up without protection, God forbid he loses his life, it is you who will be at loss. And we have seen so many cases of children who spoke up and how it cost them their lives. See the case of Kian Josiah Prince, the UK-based Nigerian. He was only trying to stop another child from attacking another child, and that cost him his life in 2006. And the funniest thing is, the system will not change. That's the truth. The system, wherever it happens, it is not going to change because your child lost his life. No, it won't. It will still go on and things will still happen. So, what's the point of losing one's life? So, for Senator Natasha, I believe if she didn't have her support or good supporting system, she may probably not talk about it, just like what most women do. They just forget about it. So, for your child, let your child speak up. I will encourage, let them speak up. But before they do so, ask yourself, do I have the means to protect my child? Am I able to protect my child? What my child is speaking up against, will it make any difference? If yes, let him go ahead and speak up. But if no, my sister, it's your choice. Now, let's see few parenting lessons you and I can learn from this whole story. First, I would say help your child learn that at the point of saying your truth, that it can be you against the whole world. Let them say their truth, but help them learn that their friends, people around them, may despise them at that point in time. So let them know that sometimes standing up for truth means standing alone, but many a times is not forever. And also let them know that people can be their friends for different reasons. So for Senator Natasha, people may be in her life because of her beauty, her influence, her money, her brain, and all of that. But if you watch her interview, she said she and Senate President, they were friends or they used to be friends, that even her husband too is very loyal to him. Also teach your child to understand body language and be sensitive. Teach them self-awareness. For someone like Senator Natasha, she's very beautiful, no doubt. Everyone knows that. So she should expect that people will come her way simply because of her beauty. So help your child learn what they have, that thing that they have that will draw people to them. It could be their brain, their ideas, their money, their influence, or even simply because of the family they came from. So the truth is, an average person is an opportunist. If you agree with this statement, put it in the comment section and will be drawn to you for what you carry or what you have, not because they love you or they care about you. Just like recently, one of my friend's son was sharing with me that his friends only come to him when it's exam period. Whenever the exam is over, the friends they disappear, they're no longer his friends. And also say someone like President Tinubu, a lot of people will be drawn to him, not simply because they like him, they love him, or they care about him, but because of his position, because of his influence, his money, and all of that, a lot of people will be drawn to him. But you know what? Take all of these things away and see if anyone will still come close to him. So teach your children about boundaries. Teach them about boundaries. Teach them about red signs, red flags, green signs, all of those things. Teach them. And lastly, teach them wisdom because that is what they need, not information. Wisdom will help them know what to do and how to do it the right way at every point in time. Guys, did you guys read or see the apology letter Senator Natasha sent out to the Senate President Godswill Akpabio? This is wisdom, and this is what I'm talking about. So, guys, what do you think about women standing up against women? Do you think it was right for Senator Natasha to speak her truth? Do you think it is worth it? And also, would you let your child speak up? Has your child ever spoken up or spoken out? What was it about? Please share all your thoughts down in the comment section and like and share this video. And please subscribe if you haven't done so. And in my next video, I will see you there. Bye bye.